Hello, everybody. It is just past midday, and I am here live for you, 16th day in a row. And yesterday we started off with a strategy on how to get your book really make it feel real, right? And I'm just going to open up the live on my phone. I've been on lives all morning. I'm sure earlier you saw me with my author Anna Munoz. Interviewed her on her recently published book Perfectly Loved, and then I've been on team meetings, and I've just hosted the coaching couch with Nat, and now I'm doing my midday live before heading out to lunch. So today I wanted to deliver the additional 5 strategies of pre-launching your book, and ensuring its early success, if you like, and expanding on what we started off yesterday, because over these 8 days we're going to be covering off 48 marketing strategies and sales strategies for your book. Obviously not in a ton of detail, but I'll give you some ideas of what you could be doing, and can pick and choose what you like or you don't like. So strategy number 1 was to build out a mock-up cover for your book using Fiverr, and laminate it. Well, the strategy number 2 was to laminate it and make sure that you're using it and showing it off everywhere that you go, making sure that you are gaining that credibility even while the book is being written, so that you're building a raving crowd that is waiting for this content to be released. Okay, so that was number 1, and number 2 is like create the mock-up cover and laminate it so that you can carry it around your bag and show it to as many people as possible, so that you can gain traction, momentum. You can start collaborations, you can get even speaking gigs, because you're going to be a soon to be published author of whatever your book is. Okay, so strategy number 3 is start selling as you're writing. So pick that announcement date, and connected to number 3, start selling as you're writing, is that you also have a landing page created for your book, where your book can sell at pre-release, right? A landing page is a standalone page where people can go and buy your book. I'm going to share one here on the screen. Actually, Anna, I'm just going to open up her website that we had open earlier. So the author that I was interviewing earlier, this is her landing page. So you can see here, it's usually authors put them in, by the URL that is their name.com, or sometimes people buy the actual book title url.com or .com.au, wherever you are based in the world. As you can see, there's the cover of the book, there's a button to be able to buy the book, there's a little bit about what the book is about, there's some testimonials here, and about the author. So something as simple as this that will be integrated either with Stripe or PayPal, where people can pre-purchase the book. When your book is on pre-release, you can put on the button currently on pre-release, due out month and year, so that when people are pre-purchasing it, they know when they expect to get it. So this is something that I have found works really effective. On the first day of our 3-day Ultimate 40-Day Author Retreats, all of our authors have set up a landing page, or they utilize the sell on social button that you can set up through PayPal. And then we have created a social media post that they can rewrite for themselves, and they kind of make that announcement that this book is going to be out in the next 3 to 4 months. And of course, that's the cure to procrastination, and a little bit of their return on investment coming back to them to begin with, but also that commitment to completion gets initiated on that end of day 1, when they announce to the world that's coming out. Now, what can happen is that obviously people who support you during the pre-launch period, they might think that they're going to get this book in the next 1 to 2 weeks, and then they could be like following you up and going, well, where's the book, all of this, and so the key here during your pre-launch stage is to make sure that you are letting people know of the updates as to where your book is at, because what most people don't know is that the book could be that it takes 3 to 4 months to go through the publishing process, to go through editing, to go through layout, to go through print production. So some of my authors started these awesome little social media posts. I'm going to share one on my screen, and within Canva they would go ahead and create like a little update. This was Sharon Weston's book. Her book is called Unmasking the Past, and as you can see, these are all the different stages of the publishing process that an author has to go through, and you can see the release date. So she could send this image to her pre-orders on a regular basis to let them know how the book is progressing through its publishing steps and when it's going to be due out, so that people are not sort of going, where's your book? I ordered this book, and feel like, you know, they've spent money and they haven't received what they ordered. So you want to give people updates. You want to thank them for their early support. You may want to select a special price to pre-launch your book, but also think about maybe, are there some bonuses that you can give to people before in these early stages when the book is still not available? You know, if you have a business, could you give them something from your business as a bonus? Will they get maybe the ebook version once the book, they buy the physical book, but they'll get the ebook version as an additional bonus? Will you donate X amount of money to charity for every book sale and all that sort of stuff? So think about kind of what are the little reasons why people should support you early on in your journey. Now, sometimes you might think your best supporters are going to like always like buy your book first, but you'll be surprised that it's going to be a variety of people, and maybe some people you've never heard of or from your past that might come out and support you first, and the ones you thought they're going to support you, they don't, and then they kind of just wait to see, is this really happening, and all that kind of stuff. So that was my number 4. So start selling and update people on how the book's progressing through its publishing steps, but also then set up the landing page that's going to be able to sell the book and create those social media posts to keep people. But also by creating the social media posts, you're not just letting people know where the book is at, you're also kind of making people, like, reminding them that you know, it's just another reason to talk about the book, and maybe those that forgot to buy it the first time, they'll be reminded and they'll support the pre-launch at the next announcement and update and progress update. Okay, strategy number 5 is international distribution made easy. So we utilize a platform called Ingram Spark. And Ingram Spark is a company based in the US, but they have head offices in Australia, UK, and Europe. And I love the fact that you can print on demand nowadays. You don't have to have a garage full of books. You can order as many or as little books as you want. But the beauty of it is you don't even have to handle any books. Now, I'm not a big fan not to have any books at all, because I think you should always have some of your own books on hand at your end, because if you meet people, if you run into people, they often might ask you, well, where's your book? You know, I'd love to have a copy and all that. So print yourself a box or 100 books to begin with, and, you know, work through those before you create the next order. So Ingram Spark is great for that. You can order as many or as little books as you want. They have an international distribution network of 39,000 online resellers, and also you can fulfill your international orders directly through them. So if anyone buys a book from me in the US or Canada, I'll go to the US and Canadian print location. I'll order that one copy, print, ship, and deliver to the person. And I'm not having to walk into Australia Post and be spending $20 or $30 to send a book overseas, right? So you can fulfill all of those international orders, that fraction of the cost, and still be in profit in making sales from your website if you're going to sell your book from your website. Sometimes some of my authors don't even sell books on their own website. They just allow the international distribution to do its thing. For example, my son's book, right there behind me, The Boy Holding the Footy, like, I have some certainly here at home, but most of the sales that happen on Judd's book, it's through the international distribution. I don't promote the book, so I just allow people to find it, obviously, on Amazon, on Booktopia, and Book Depository. And when random strangers buy it, then I get a report every so often, every month. I think they set out their reports, and it says what units of what book we've sold and all that sort of stuff. And we get like royalties drop into our bank account after a certain period of time for those books. So generally the royalties are around 25% to 30% at the best, that the author gets to keep, because if Amazon is promoting it for you, they'll get a cut. Ingram Spark will get their cut for the printing and shipping or whatever portion, and then of course the author will get their part as well. So that's a great way to get your book out into the world, to have it found in all these other different online booksellers, and to sell to random strangers, most importantly, on top of your own efforts of selling your own book. And then strategy number 6 is give it away. What? Give it away? But why so hard? It costs so much money. Yes, give your book away, because I'm not saying every single book, but give some of your books away to build relationships. Maybe a potential client is really interested in what you've got to offer. Maybe you're, to gain more trust and build rapport in a relationship with a key person of influence would mean that you can gift your book. Because remember, at the end of the day, your book's didn't cost you $20 or $30. Potentially cost you $6.5, $7 Australian dollars, $5 US to print and have a copy of it. So really, it's your business card on steroids, like I've always called it that. So which means that you should plan to give away some of your books to raise opportunities, whether it's for speaking, to get the attention of the media, to sign up a new client, to find a speaking opportunity, to establish a collaboration. Give some of your books away. I often would give away my books as a door prize. I'm going to talk about those strategies, another 6 strategies tomorrow, but I would often give away my book when I would walk into a new networking event as one of the door prizes. I was happy to do that, because when they would draw the door prizes, I would get noticed, I would get introduced to the group, and then people would come talk to me at the end, and then potentially I might land a speaking gig at that networking group in a few months' time. So those were some of the things that I would do. Sometimes, to be honest, I've had longer conversations about a $20 product and someone buying my book than a $20,000 program, which is what our retreats were, while we were, offline and stuff like that. So, plan, it is your foot in the door. It's that credibility. It's your business card on steroids. So don't just hold on, have to sell every single book for $20 or $30. Plan to give some of them away, because what you give away often will come back to you 100-fold in other opportunities that are going to open up. It is the door opener. It's the foot in the door and things like that. And people talking about it and referring you to others always carries a lot more weight than just purely making single book sales through your own efforts. All right, so hopefully some of those strategies have been valuable to you. Let me know which one you like below in the comments. Remember, we've got our virtual party coming up next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Melbourne time. And if you haven't registered, look at some of my other lives on this thread here, and I'm sure I've posted the link quite a few times, and if you're on my database, you will get an invitation to it as well. So it's about 9 days off from having our 10-year anniversary virtual party. I'm super excited for that. And tomorrow I'll be back to share 6 more marketing and sales strategies of how you can use your book to get noticed, and what you can do to get moving lots of books from your garage into other people's hands. All right, you guys, have an awesome day, and I'm off to have lunch. Bye.